And if you are heading out there, looking like a really nice day across our neighborhoods. Going to be a warm one, but we have some drier air that's moved in, so that's going to bring down our humidity and it's going to bring down our rain chances. So yeah, it's looking really, really nice if you do have those outdoor plans today. But of course, our main focus is going to be on the tropics. So we are tracking Invest 97L in the Caribbean, right around in here. And in the next couple of days, it is forecast and expected that we're going to be seeing a tropical depression moving off towards the north and then eventually off towards the north and to the west. The question mark is, does it take that tropical storm status? And some of the models saying, yeah, absolutely, but it's going to have a really hard time getting past that tropical storm status just because the dynamics are not there in the atmosphere like we were seeing a couple months ago with even Milton and Helene. So you can see this big blob of red and orange in the Caribbean. That's that ocean heat content, and simply put, it's just the energy that it's going to be able to use. So pushing through the Caribbean, yeah, it's going to be running into that warmer water. But take a look into the Gulf. It just doesn't have that warm water anymore. The temperatures have cooled. And on top of that, it's going to be running into some wind shear as it pushes into the Gulf. So still that question mark on how strong could it get? And also, what track is it going to be taking, because some of the models show it a little bit further off into the middle part of the Gulf. Other models have it a little bit closer towards the eastern side of the Gulf. Obviously, our impacts could change. Does it look like we're going to be getting a direct impact? No, it looks like it's going to be staying off to our west, but still that question mark on how much rainfall or even gusty winds that we could be seeing. Our time frame looking like Wednesday or Thursday, and you can actually see that here on this model. This is the European model, the probability of a tropical storm, about that medium range as we get to that Thursday time frame. So again, still that question mark on the intensity and the track because we don't have that center quite yet. The National Hurricane Center is going to be investigating it a little bit further today and seeing if we do have that tropical depression status. If it turns into that tropical storm status, the next name on the list would be Rafael. But let's talk about what we're going to be seeing today. And it's lovely outside. You probably noticed it's bright outside now, and that's because we fell back an hour. Sunrise was actually about an hour ago, and yeah, it's gorgeous. Hardly even a cloud out there. This is how we're going to be looking today, also into tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures were in the couple 60s right now, but mainly into the 70s. 69 into Gateway, even into LaBelle, 71 into Bonita Springs. A lovely morning ahead, a really lovely afternoon as well. Temperatures still above average for this time of year. We're talking the upper 80s, I should say, for many of us, but because our humidity is going to be a little bit lower, it's going to be feeling really nice outside if you do have those outdoor plans. And on top of that, like I was talking about, we're going to be having a lower rain chance. So lots of sunshine today, tomorrow. If you're heading out to the polls on Tuesday, not a bad idea to have that umbrella, that rain jacket. Going to be dodging a few of those showers, but again, our time frame for potential tropical impacts is going to be Wednesday and Thursday. So keep updated with us. We'll of course keep you updated with the potential for that tropical depression and also that potential for tropical storm. But again, as of right now, staying off to our west, the question mark is just how much rainfall we could be getting. But temperatures, we're going to be ranging in the 80s. All right, let's get to a look into the tropics. Like I was just telling you, we have three areas. We have Patty in the northern Atlantic, not going to be bothering the United States. What we are going to be focusing on is the Caribbean as we go forward. So we've been talking about this the last couple of days. We have Invest 97L that formed yesterday, and it has a high chance, a 90% chance in the next couple of days of becoming a tropical depression. Now from there, models are showing that it has a pretty good chance of becoming Tropical Storm Rafael as we get to around the Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe. You can see that little yellow blob just to the north. That's basically just going to get swallowed up by what 97L is right now. So we're not going to be worrying about that going forward. But with some of the spaghetti plots, they're leaning a little bit more towards the west, which is obviously the track we want to see. But if it takes more of that eastern track, obviously we would see some more of those impacts here in Southwest Florida, like more rainfall and the probability of seeing some of those gustier winds towards the coast. But let's talk about some of those models. Now, I'm just going to show you two out of the several that we typically use for forecasting the tropics. This is the GFS, or the American model. This model tends to beef up these systems a little bit and make them a little bit stronger. And that's what we've been seeing with the GFS, tracking towards the western end of Cuba and then continuing that north-northwest turn into the Gulf. Now, it would be offshore of Southwest Florida still, but it takes it a little bit closer to Southwest Florida than compared to the European model that shows it as a weaker system, and like I was just saying, keeps it to the west of us. But regardless if it does keep it to the west of us or not, we're still going to be on the dirty side, if you will, of this tropical system. So we are still going to be seeing some impacts, and you can see that here. This is the European model showing some of that heavy rainfall that's going to be associated with it. First round would come in on Tuesday. We start to get a little bit extra moisture in the atmosphere, but really looking like the main day would be Wednesday into Thursday. That's when we would be seeing several rounds of heavy downpours, but then really from there clearing up on Friday into the weekend. And it does look like it's going to be weakening slightly as it pushes into the Gulf. Now you're probably thinking, it's still fresh on our mind, is this going to rapidly intensify as this goes into the Gulf? And the dynamics are just not there compared to where we were a couple months ago. The waters in the Gulf have cooled down and there's more shear in the atmosphere, those upper level winds. So really not looking like it's going to be rapidly intensifying. A lot of the models I'm seeing right now are struggling to get it past that tropical storm mark, but we know how tropical storms can be. We can still see lots of rainfall and those gusty winds. So something to watch. Does it take that more of an eastern track? Does it take more of that western track? What we can say now is certainly going to be seeing some more of that rainfall as we head towards midweek. Today, we're looking fantastic as we bring it back to what we are going to be seeing over the next couple of days. Some drier air moved in. That's going to be lessening our rain chance this afternoon, and it's going to be dropping down our humidity slightly. So it's going to be looking and feeling really nice, and you can see that here in Naples Bay right now. It's a really gorgeous morning across our backyards. Lots of sunshine today, tomorrow. I do recommend having that umbrella if you're heading out to the polls on Tuesday, but Wednesday, that's going to be our main day for that tropical moisture. So keep that in mind going forward. Temperatures were ranging in the 80s.